Alright, listen up. If you've been sitting around with your guitar thinking, I wish I could just pick this up and play it, well, today is your day. Because I'm going to show you the exact 4 chord shapes that you can start playing songs in no time. We're not talking theory, we're not talking fluff here. It's just practical steps you can take immediately to get your hands moving and strumming. Plus, I'm going to show you a simple technique with a capo that will instantly open up a whole new world of songs to play in literally minutes. So here's what you need to do. Grab your guitar, follow along, and by the end of this, you'll be strumming away to your favorite songs with confidence. All right, let's make it happen. If you're an adult beginner looking to play songs for fun, no doubt you've tried traditional open chord shapes and found they're not so easy on your hands because they require big stretches and crazy finger gymnastics. And that's just to play the shapes, not to actually play it in songs. So I'm going to show you 4 simple, easy change chord shapes that will get you up playing those songs really, really quickly. All right, let's go. All right, all these shapes have one thing in common. Fingers 3 and 4, or your ring finger and your pinky, is going to be in the same position the whole way through. All right, so we take, let me back up. We don't count our thumb as 1. All right, our thumb is our thumb. So we've got finger 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, index, middle, ring, index, middle, ring, pinky. All right, so fingers 3 and 4, or your ring and pinky, is going to go on string number 2 and the high E string number 1. All right, so your third finger is string 2, fret 3, and your fourth finger, your pinky, is string 1, fret 3. All right, all right. So as long as they're in position, that's all we need right now. And then your middle finger is going to go on string 6, the one closest to the roof, at fret 3. And you're going to strum every string from the lower string, the 6th string, the one that's closest to the roof, to the high string, the one that's closest to the floor, just like that. Okay? And that's our G shape. Our next shape, and it doesn't matter which order you learn these in, all right, because like with the songs that you want to play, they're going to be in different orders. So this one I'm showing you next, it's not going to come up in every song, so you want the ability to change between these chords shapes freely. All right, so our next chord shape is what we call E minor. All right, and all we're going to do, keep fingers 3 and 4 in place, and put your first finger, your index finger, on string 5 at fret number 2. Right? And again, we're going to strum all 6 strings. Okay? Just nice and simple. Alright, and what I wanted you to do now is just in your own time, go back and forth between these 2 chord shapes to make sure that they're starting to feel comfortable and you know where you got to put your finger. So we're not worried about any particular rhythm, we're not worried about playing it in time, it's just like changing it however slowly or fast you like, as long as it's accurate, right, all the way through. Right? And you just got to sit there and get comfortable with this. You're not tensed up anywhere, you're not striking the strings hard, it's just about getting this hand moving in the right direction. Okay, and I just want to throw this in because I know some teachers have said things about, well, that chord is this name and that. And yes, it is. I keep these names really simple because to me, it's just like when you learn to talk, right? You didn't know the meanings of the words, you just copied them. You didn't know that, hey, this is an adjective, this is a verb, or anything like that. Your parents weren't saying, well, if you add this adjective there, you're going to say it right. They just keep repeating the words until you got them, okay? And you did too. You just kept repeating over and over again. So don't get bogged up in the theory side of things. Don't get bogged up in, okay, this is technically whatever chord it's meant to be. Let's just keep things simple because the main thing is I want you to achieve and be able to do is to pick this up and just start playing. Okay, that's what we're here for. All right, so our third shape is our C shape, and what we're going to do, again, fingers 3 and 4 is going to stay there, and we're going to put our second finger this time on string 5 at fret 3. All right, and try and strum the 5 strings here. We're not going to play this low 6th string. We're just going to strum from 5 all the way through to 1. All right? that's our C shape. Instead of just learning everything all at once, let's just keep working those three shapes together in any particular order. I'm not worried which way you do them because, as I said, these chords are going to come up in different songs in different orders, so we want a good handle of them. We just need to know where to put our fingers. Right, so we've got a G shape, our E minor shape, and we'll get back to G, then up to C. Okay? Or we might start on E minor, go to the C, go to the G, back to the C. Right? Or we might start on the C shape, it doesn't matter. C, E minor, G. Alright? Or C, G, E minor, C, G, E minor, G. Doesn't really matter, it's just getting this hand used to where they've got to move to. Shape 4, our D shape, probably the trickiest one of the four due to what strings we got to play and when we strum. Not so much what we got to fret, right? Because it's the same, two fingers are there in place on fret 3, strings 2 and 1. We're going to take our first finger and put it on string 3 here at fret number 2. But this time with our strumming hand, we're going to strum from the string 4, which is the open D string there, and all the way through to the floor. Right, so just 4 strings on this one. Right, so when I say it's the trickiest one of all, it's just getting that strum so you're not hitting all 6 strings, because it sounds a little odd, but I want to throw this into. Don't get caught up on the strumming just right now. All right, that's going to come with time when you got more awareness there. Get the chord shapes going first, and then we'll look into the strumming. All right, so play those 4 shapes in any order over and over until you're comfortable to be able to move on to the next part. So D, E minor, C, G, or D, C, G. I'll leave it up to you. G, D, E minor, C. All right. They're all common moves that you're going to find in the songs that you want to play. Let's turn our attention now to the strumming side of things. All right, so we're not going to rush in playing full strumming patterns straight up. Why? Because it is unrealistic for me as a guitar teacher, or any guitar teacher that you've had, by the way, that to think that you can start playing the song exactly how it is on the record with 0 experience. All right. What you're hearing on the record is taken years and years of skill to develop to sound as good as it does, right? You're just starting, so we're just going to keep things nice and simple and give you the feeling of playing along with the song. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is strum on beat 1, that's it, because our aim is to get each chord change on beat 1, right? Because a lot of songs will have those chord changes on beat 1 of a measure of 4 beats. All right, so you're going to strum on beat 1, right? But you're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, out loud, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, like that. However, we're going to go through G, E minor, C, D, right? G, E minor, C, D. All right. So you should have your shapes down by now to do this. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, G, 2, 3, 4, E minor, 2, 3, 4, C, 2, 3, 4, D, 2, 3, again, G, 2, 3, 4, E minor, 2, 3, 4, C, 2, 3, 4, D, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that's just one way we can do it. Let's do it G, D, E minor, C. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, G, 2, 3, 4, D, 2, 3, 4, E minor, 2, 3, 4, C, 2, 3, 4, again, D, 2, 3, 4, D, 2, 3, 4, E minor, 2, 3, 4, C, 2, 3, 4. All right, let's do another one just for kicks. G, well, let's just do G, C, D, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, G, 2, 3, 4, C, 2, 3, 4, D, 2, 4, D, 2, 3, 4. All right, so it's really important to count out loud to get used to hearing that on beat 1 and playing something simple like those three. So why do I keep things simple to start? Because you're learning, and you'll only remember small bits of information. All right, so we've just kept things really simple up to now, and now what we're going to do is add a little bit more color to it. Nothing too strenuous, so I'm not like jumping you up from here to there. I'm just taking you up the next little bit. All right, so it can be slightly challenging, but not overwhelming for you. All right, so let's do the G, E minor, C, D chord progression. What we're going to do is strum on every beat now. I call this a pulse strum. You can call it strum on every beat, steady strum, doesn't really matter. If you want to go down the theory road, which I don't recommend, look at it as quarter note strumming. All right, here we go. We're going to count it out loud and strum on every beat. 1, 2, 3, 4, G, 2, 3, 4, E minor, 2, 3, 4, C, 2, 3, 4, D, 2, 3, 4, again, G, 2, 3, 4, E minor, 2, 3, 4, C, 2, 3, 4, D, 2, 3, 4. All right, let's do it with the G, D, E minor, C progression. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, G, 2, 3, 4, D, 2, 3, 4, E minor, 3, 4, C, 2, 3, again, G, 2, 3, 4, D, 2, 3, 4, E minor, 2, 3, 4, C, 2, 3, 4. All right, and you can go through these 4 chords in any order, make up your own orders, and just work on those strumming things to get more confidence playing songs, which we're about to do. So the next step in this process would be, once you've got your chord shapes down, once you've got a very basic strumming on the beat down, and you're confident with that, you're not overwhelmed or stressed out, the next step would be to throw the strumming pattern in. Now, I don't know what song you want to play. There's many strumming patterns out there. I'm just going to give you a way of adding that strumming pattern into it. All right, I'm just going to use one example, how to do it, and you can adapt that to any strumming pattern that you have. All right, so we're going to look at it like a down, down, up, down, down pattern. All right, just nice and simple. Down, down, up, down, down. So a lot of people want you to count that. So 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2. I don't recommend that. Like, you can if you want. There's nothing wrong with that. Honestly, nothing wrong with that. In my experience teaching adult beginners over 5,200 hours of small group classes, I found if they get direction on what the hand has got to do, that works best. Okay, so what I mean is you say what you're going to play. All right, in this case it's down, down, up, down, down. All right, don't worry about the counting, just say what you got to do. All right, so here we go. 1, 3, 4, down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, down. All right, and again, you can put that through any progression that we've looked at. Let's look at a different one. Let's do C, G, E minor, D. The same strumming pattern, but over that sort of chord progression. So we're starting on C, so down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, down. All right, so that's my recommendation for adding a strumming pattern into the song that you want to play. Say what you got to play, all right? Use the down, down, up. again, I'll reiterate, you can use the counting if you want. It just, in my experience, has not worked best for beginner students like yourself. All right, at the start, I promised to share with you a simple technique with a capo that instantly opens up a whole world of songs for you to play. All right, so we can take those same shapes that we've learned, those 4 chord shapes, and put this capo on any fret, and you get access to other songs, because some songs that you want to play either require bar chords, and sometimes with that, they're in what we call a different key. So there's sometimes like a B chord, for example, or F sharp minor chord. There is no open chords to suit those chords, so you got to play bar chords. The beauty of the capo is we can start playing those songs, and I'm going to show you how to do that. Really easy. So if we put our capo on fret 1, right, just there, right behind the the fret there. That's the nut, this is the fret, right behind the fret there. And we just play the G, C shapes, all right? And also, why I recommend this way is, especially with these easy change chords, is also that because you get those changes going really quickly to the point where you don't have to think about it, you can work on different strumming patterns over here. And that's where the magic is, all right? Because if I just play open chords, any open chord shape, right, they sound great, right? If I play easy change chord shapes, they sound great, right? But you can't hear anything happening. So unless you put strumming over here, none of that is going to matter. So I would recommend easy change shapes, and with the use of the capo, we can work on more interesting strumming, you know, something like so Matchbox 23 AM. All right, that's just one thing. If we put it on fret 2, we've got another example, and we could play along with John Lennon's version of Stand By Me. This just uses G, E minor, C, D with a down and up strum. All right, here we go. So you just say down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. All right. Another one we could do on fret 2 there is with a down. All right, a bit of a wagon wheel there. Fret 4, what could we play? We could start on the E chord and do like Derby Gray's Drift Away. Day after day I'm more confused. Look for the light in the pouring rain. Alright. Again, you may have to change that to suit your singing voice, but like I just started on the E shape, C shape there, sorry, B. I'm calling out the proper chords, right? C shape, G shape, D shape. Alright. What about this classic by John Mellencamp? Right, I've just kept the same 4 chord shapes we learned earlier and just put the capo on to act as your nut, right? So if this is your nut, you're still 3 frets away with fingers 3 and 4 from the capo, and you just play those same shapes, right? Fret 5, we could do C, G, E minor, D shapes, but we're going to do them over 2 beats each with a strum pattern like just a down up in like we done with Stand By Me. All right, so we go. Automatically we're into Tom Petty territory there with Learning to Fly. Fret 7, A little bit different strum pattern now, what we call a muted strum. I'm not going to go into how to do it, but just to give you an example of what can be done with these easy change shapes. So you got a little bit of U2 there, all right? And it opens up the amount of songs that you can play, songs that are great to play around the campfire or at a party, wherever you choose to be. Okay, so let's turn our attention now to the practicing side of things. The big mistake I see beginners make is they try and take too much information at once. All right, and what I mean by that is they'll sit down with their song and just try and play it all the way through it. All right, and they'll do that over and over again if they can get through it. If depends on the chords, but I'm going to say let's back up a bit on that one. All right, so what I'm going to suggest, whether you're using one-page chord chart, some tab, or sheet music, doesn't matter what it is. If you don't break it down into small chunks, you're going to have a hard time remembering it. Because what I want you to do, or suggest that you do, is to get off those sheets of paper as quickly as possible and work on what really makes music. All right, and that's the movements that we got to create to make that music move. All right, so that's your chord changes, that's your strumming patterns, all right, playing in time. All right, none of that you're going to get from a sheet of music anyway. All right, so I suggest, if you can, focus on a 4-measure section of the song. All right, so if it was something like Brown Eyed Girl, which would do G, C, G, D, all right, just try and remember that, okay? You may have to say it 3, 4, 5 times, doesn't matter. Whatever you need to do to retain that without having to look at the paper. G, C, G, D, G, C, D, D, over and over again. All right, and then you would just try and play that without focus on the sheet. All right, so small chunks. And when you play it, do the next step, whereas you play it slow. Don't go at full tempo trying to play along with the song. Remember, when you start playing, where you are is way different to hearing that recorded version with that guitar player with years and years of skill and technique developed to be able to produce that in that recording. All right, so just play it slow. So like for Brown Eyed Girl, which does move along quite briskly, let's just do 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hey, where do we go? 2, 3, 4. Playing a new game, alright? And you just work it through that. Add the 1, 2. Hey, where do we go? Alright? And then add the strumming pattern down, down, up, down. Alright, so you're working that up in layers. Alright, and the last thing you want to do after chunk it down, play it slow, is do repetitions. Alright, again, we're not going to throw the whole song in there, it's just that 4-measure section. Alright, and just over and over again, so you know exactly what you got to do. Alright, and of course there's going to be times where you're going to have to look back at your sheet music or whatever you're using just to make sure that you got it right, and that's perfectly normal. But like, take it in small chunks, get off the page, play it here, work on this, and you're going to be becoming a better musician immediately. Do you want to start playing your favorite songs today? Well, if so, you need the ultimate 4-chord songbook. Why? Because it's the fastest way to play 10 easy campfire songs using just 4 simple chord shapes. Each song is broken down into short, bite-sized videos for you, so it's like I'm there in a one-on-one lesson with you, guiding you every step of the way, so you're never left guessing. You get easy change chords designed to eliminate the struggle of switching, so there's no more chunky transitions, and it's just smooth playing. Plus, each song comes with a 1-page chord chart, super easy to follow, so no longer will you be hunting around through countless pages of tab or sheet music. And let's not forget my CPR practice system. This system is so simple and effective, it guarantees that you improve faster while keeping things fun. All you have to do, just follow this link and get the Ultimate 4-Chord Songbook and start playing your first song today. And if you like further help with your strumming, getting the technique side of things down, hey, watch this video here. I know it's going to really help you. All right, see you soon.